All right. Thanks again so much for joining. I'm so glad I have internet connection for this week. If you joined last week, again, I apologize for my internet connection last week. My name is Chelsea, and today will be a vinyasa flow style class, but more of an energizing yoga. We're going to focus on shoulders today in practice. So if you have a yoga strap lying around, grab that. You can also use your shirt, and you may not even need it. It's something that you can have just to have handy. And if a yoga strap if you don't have that, you can also use a towel or a blanket. We are going to go ahead and start in child's pose. So knees out wide, toes coming together, and then your forehead coming down onto the ground. You can either have your hands up by your side or up by your ears, or you can have your hands down by your ankles, just making sure your head is down onto the ground. Good, so either version of child's pose works. And I just want you to go ahead and just sink down into your lower back and into your hips. I'm actually not going to be in child's pose, so I can sit here and talk through this, but stay in child's pose for now and just start breathing in and out, taking nice long inhales in, nice long exhales out. Checking in with your body this morning. It's pretty early, so just check in with your body. Start just by breathing this morning. Taking nice long inhales in, nice long exhales out. Follow your breath as you breathe in, and then follow your breath as you breathe out. And as a reminder, as you breathe in, you're going to start that breath starts in your lower belly, moving through your chest to your upper chest. In child's pose, this may feel a little differently. So as you breathe in, you're going to start to feel your back ribs expand. And then as you breathe out, you'll start to feel that core engage. Taking a couple more breaths in and out, just nice and slow, nice and steady. We're going to work with our breath throughout the practice. And then on your next inhale, if your hands are down by your ankles, bring those hands back up by your ears, up in the front of your mat. Keeping your head down onto the ground, just lift your elbows off the ground. So you're going to come up onto your fingertips, keeping your forehead down onto the ground and reaching through those fingertips. Walk those hands all the way over to the right, keeping those hands side by side, or place the left hand on top of the right. Again, keeping your head down. My head is not down, but go ahead and keep that head down onto the mat. And then walk those hands all the way to the left, keeping those hands side by side, or place the right hand on top of the left hand. And then walk those hands back to center. Good, really reaching through here. And I want you to inhale the right hand coming all the way up, reaching up overhead, and reach that right hand through and fishing that right arm all the way through. So you're gonna bring your right shoulder down, keeping that head down, keeping that left hand right up in the front of your mat, or wrapping around your lower back. And then bring those hands back to center, and then inhale, lift the left hand all the way up, fish that left hand all the way through, bring that left shoulder down. You can keep that right hand right up at the top of the mat, or wrap that right hand around your lower back. And bring both hands back to center here. And then inhale, coming all the way up into an all fours tabletop position. Okay, now we're going to do some cat-cows to warm up our spine. So we're going to inhale, really drop the belly down, arch your back and look up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, rounding the spine, bringing the chin to your chest. Inhale again, really arching your back, looking up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, rounding the spine, chin to your chest. Keep on going back and forth, doing cat-cows this way, or adding any extra movement you would like. You can look over your right shoulder, or you can look over your left shoulder, or you can bring your hips forward or bring your hips back. This is your practice, so kind of make it what you want. I'll just stick to normal cat-cows for the next 2 breaths. Whenever you're ready, come back into that neutral spine, all fours, tabletop position. I want you to go ahead and inhale the right leg up and back. Good. Inhale, left arm all the way out. And then exhale, bring the knee and elbow out to either side, keeping the knee and elbow lifted. And then inhale, reaching all the way back out. And then exhale, knee and elbow out to the side, keeping that knee really nice and high. Inhale, reaching all the way back out. And then exhale, bring that knee and elbow out to the side. Good. One more. Inhale, reaching all the way back out. And then exhale, knee and elbow out to the side. Good. Now, place that hand down onto the ground. I'm just going to move just so you can see my knee. My knee is still lifted. Straighten that leg all the way out. Bring that foot down. Good. Hands, walk those hands out in front of you. Good. As far as you can go. And then bring that left hand to that right ankle or shin. Really stretching here, twisting here. Good. And bring those hands back to center. And bring that knee back in. Good. Walk those hands in for now. We're going to do the other side now. So I want you to inhale the left leg up and back. Inhale, right arm all the way out. And then exhale, knee and elbow out to the side. Good. Inhale, reaching all the way back out. And then exhale, knee and elbow out to the side. Keep on going. Keep on breathing. Your own pace, your own breath. Trying to stay in control here. Inhale, reaching all the way back out. And then exhale, knee and elbow out to the side. Good. One more. Inhale, reaching all the way back out. And then exhale, knee and elbow out to the side. Good. Place that hand down onto the ground. Straighten that left leg all the way out to the side. Left foot down onto the mat. Walk those hands out. And then bring that right hand to your left ankle or shin. So it's a more intense stretch, a more intense twist here. Good. Bringing those hands back to center, coming all the way back underneath of your shoulders, and bring that knee in. Good. Keeping those hips right above the knees. Just walk those hands out in front of you. Again, so you're walking those hands out, and you're going to bring your chest down to the ground. Your chin can come down to the mat, or your forehead. You can play with it. The chin may be a little bit more challenging for you, but we're going to do Anahatasana or puppy pose. Good, really reaching through here. And then inhale, coming back all the way back up. Hands come underneath of your shoulders. Good. Now go ahead and curl those back toes under. Lift your knees. Come into your first downward facing dog of the day. And go ahead and pedal your feet back and forth, pushing one heel to the ground and then the other heel to the ground. Really stretching out those calf muscles, rooting the palms of your hands into the mat. And then I want you to inhale, coming all the way up onto your toes, and then exhale, step or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, coming halfway, hands come to your shins or to your fingertips, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, bringing the hands up overhead, looking up towards your fingertips, and then exhale, hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Okay, we're going to do 3 sun salutations to get moving this morning. So take a step towards the front of your mat. Feet are hip distance apart. And I want you to inhale, both arms coming all the way up, reaching up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming halfway. And then exhale, step back into that plank position. Go ahead, lowering this time. I want you to bring your knees down to the mat. Belly follows, coming flat onto the ground. Hands underneath your shoulders, stay nice and low, low cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Now we're going to inhale, come all the way up onto your toes, and then exhale, step or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, bringing the hands up overhead, and then exhale, hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Got it. If I'm going too fast for you, go at your own pace. Slow it down just a tad bit. We're going to inhale, both arms coming all the way up, reaching up overhead, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming halfway. And then exhale, step back into that plank position. Good. You can certainly lower your knees down if you'd like, or this time, you're going to lower halfway, roll over your toes, lift your chest, come into an upward facing dog, and then exhale, downward facing dog. So we have one more of these. So I want you to inhale, come all the way up onto your toes, and then exhale, step or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale halfway, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, bringing the hands up overhead. Exhale, the hands are prayer in front of your heart center. Good. Last one, inhale, both arms coming all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway, and then exhale, step back into that plank position. This time, okay, you can either lower those knees down halfway or just lift your hips, downward facing dog. So whatever you do, make your way into a downward facing dog. Good. All right, so I want you to inhale, right leg up to the ceiling. Right leg coming all the way through to the front of the mat. Inhale, both hands coming all the way up, high lunge here. So your front knee is bent, left leg is nice and straight behind you. Good, now bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Go ahead and bring that right elbow underneath of the left. Squeeze those elbows together. Bring the backs of the palms together or the fronts of the palms together. And then I want you to inhale, lift those elbows all the way up. And then exhale, fold forward to humble warrior with control. Keeping those hands in eagle arms. Good. Feeling stretch between your shoulder blades. And then inhale, slowly coming all the way back up. Undo those arms, bring those hands down to the mat and just step back into a downward facing dog. Good. Inhale the left leg up to the ceiling, left leg coming all the way through to the front of the mat. Inhale, both hands coming all the way up, high lunge here. So left knee is bent, right leg is nice and straight. Hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Bring that left elbow this time underneath of the right. Squeeze those elbows together, backs of the palms coming together if you can, or the fronts of the palms together. Go ahead. Now inhale, lift those elbows up as you draw those shoulders away from your ears. Draw those elbows up. Exhale, fold forward into your humble warrior. Humble warrior with eagle arms. Good. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Undo those arms. Bring those hands down to the mat and step back into that downward facing dog. Good. So we're gonna move on. If you want to grab that strap, get that close by. So I want you to inhale again. Right leg up to the ceiling. Right leg coming all the way through to the front of the mat. Place that left heel down onto the ground. So your heels are in line with each other. And then open up your hips, warrior two. Looking out over your right fingertips. So right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Good. Then we're going to come in into an extended side angle, just a normal extended side angle. Bend that right forearm to the thigh, left arm overhead, looking up toward the ceiling, opening up your chest. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Reverse warrior, left hand down that back leg, right arm overhead. Good. Inhale, coming back into that warrior two. Now is where it gets fun. I want you to interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest up, get those elbows together behind your back, and then exhale, fold to the middle of your legs. Good. Letting your hands go over your head or place the hands on your lower back. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Place those hands, keep those hands interlaced, place them into the crease, in that front crease. Good. And then reach all the way out over that front leg. Come into that extended side angle, but with your hands interlaced. And then open up that shoulder, bring that left shoulder behind you up, open up, look up toward the ceiling. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Reverse warrior, keep those hands right where they are. And then now you can release those hands, come back into that normal warrior two. Last variation of this warrior two. Good. Now we're going to bend that right arm, bring that right arm behind you. This is where you can grab a hold of that strap, grab a hold of that shirt, whatever you have, or Inhale, lift that left hand up. Grab a hold of those fingertips wherever you are. Really open up your chest. Try not to lean forward here as much as you want to. And then come into that extended side angle. Again, fighting the urge to lean forward. Really open up your chest, looking up toward the ceiling. Good. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Reverse warrior. Good. And for fun, come back up, straight up and down. Shift your weight to your right foot and seed, keeping your hands right where they are. See if you can just lift that back leg off of the ground, keeping those hands right where they are. So you're kind of coming into an Ardha Chandrasana or half moon pose. Good. If you did it, awesome. Be proud of yourself. And slowly come back into that warrior two. Let go of those hands. Warrior two. Good. All right. Straighten both legs. Bring your hands to your hips. Rotate your feet so they're parallel to each other. We will do the other side, but we're doing goddess pose first. So bring those toes out wide, heels coming together. And I want you to go ahead and bend your knees. Bend your knees, draw that lower belly and get rid of the arch in your back. And then bring your hands to goddess arm or cactus arms as well. So bending those knees, sink down a little bit deeper. Inhale, straighten both legs, straighten both arms. Exhale, bend arms and legs. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And then exhale. Good, one more. Inhale, straighten both arms and legs. Good. And then exhale, bend. Good. Good. Now place those hands onto your hips. Inhale, straighten both legs. And you're going to rotate your feet so you're now facing the back of the room. So left foot is facing the back of the room. Right foot is at a 45-degree angle. Bend that left knee. Open up, warrior two. You're now looking over your left fingertips. Good. There's a big shadow this morning. Hopefully you guys can see. Good. We're going to come into a normal extended side angle. Left forearm to the thigh, right arm overhead. Inhale, coming all the way back up, reverse warrior. Good. Coming all the way back up, reverse or warrior two. Now, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest up toward the ceiling, and then exhale, fold to the middle of your legs again. If it's too much for your shoulders, place those hands onto your lower back. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Good. Keeping those hands interlaced, just tuck those hands in the crease, in that front crease. And then reach all the way out, coming into that extended side angle. Really open up your chest, bring that right shoulder behind you, look up toward the ceiling. And then coming all the way back up, exhale, reverse warrior, keeping those hands right where they are. Good. Coming all the way back up. Now you can interlace yours or release those hands, come back into that warrior two. Good. Bend that left forearm this time, left arm behind you, right arm up overhead, grab a hold of those fingertips, grab a hold of that shirt. Good, and resist the urge to lean forward. Really open up, come into that extended side angle. Open up, bring that right shoulder, that right elbow behind you, looking up toward the ceiling. Inhale, coming all the way back up, reverse warrior. Good. And then shifting your weight. This is the fun part. Shift your weight to that left foot. See if you can lift that back leg off the ground, coming into a start of a half moon pose. Good. See where you are. And then slowly come out of it. And if you fell out of that, that is okay as well. The good thing about these, that you're by yourself. Good. Come back into that warrior two. Good. All right, bring those hands to your hips, straighten both legs, bring those feet so they're parallel to each other. Again, toes are gonna come slightly out, heels coming slightly together, and we're gonna come into that goddess pose one last time. So bend those arms, come into those cactus arms, bending your arms and legs. Now squeeze those shoulder blades together behind your back. Inhale, straighten both arms and legs, and then exhale, bend arms and legs. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, last one. Inhale, straighten, and then exhale, really sink down as far as you can go and make it the best one yet. Good, and then bring those hands to your hips and inhale, straighten both legs. Good. All right, rotate both feet towards the front of the mat. And pinwheel your hands all the way down to the ground. Step back into that plank position. And choose to do your version of a chaturanga. Bring your knees down halfway or skip this totally and making your way into a downward facing dog. Good. All right. So I want you to inhale, come all the way up onto your toes, and then exhale, step or walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up, bringing the hands up overhead. And then exhale, hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Good. All right, these 30-minute classes also go super fast, so believe it or not, we are almost done with the standing practice. Good, so we are going to do one last series, and it's going to be a balancing series. So we're going to come back to that eagle pose that we had started at the beginning of practice. So come find your Tadasana pose. Feet are hip distance apart, all 10 toes rooted into the ground. Legs are active. You know your legs are active by your kneecaps lifting. Core active. Draw that navel in towards the spine. Good. Now I want you to go ahead and shift your weight to your right foot. Shift your weight to your right foot. Kind of have some bend in both of your legs. Shift your weight to your right foot. Inhale the left leg up. And you're going to wrap that left leg all the way around. Wrap it all the way around. And if you can, tuck those toes behind your shin. If not, you may need to stop and ground yourself. Place your toes on the ground. Good. And then bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Left elbow underneath of the right. Find those eagle arms. So you're in eagle legs and eagle arms. Good. Lift, inhale, lift your elbow up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, sink deep into those knees and see if you can start to fold forward. Good. Yay, feeling that stretch, folding forward. Inhale, slowly coming all the way back up. Now here's the tricky part. We're going to undo our legs, stay on that right foot, and shoot that left leg all the way back to warrior three. So you're still keeping in your eagle arms. Good. Warrior three with eagle arms. Good. All right, slowly with control. If you made it all the way to that, coming all the way back out of it, place both feet down onto the ground on the front of your mat. Undo your arms and give yourself a nice big shake. All right, so you did one side. We're going to do the other side now. So come back into your Tadasana pose, feet hip distance, toes in the ground, legs active, core active. Shift your weight to your left foot. Inhale the right leg up, wrap that right leg all the way around. Again, tuck those toes behind that shin, or those toes can kind of be on the ground if you need some grounding. Good. Hands to prayer in front of your heart center, right elbow underneath of the left. Backs of the palms together or fronts of the palms together. Inhale, lift those elbows up, and then exhale, sink deep into those legs, folding forward with control. Good. And then inhale, slowly coming all the way back up. Keep those hands right where they are, and then undo those legs. See if you can keep that, shift that weight to that left foot. Keep that right leg lifted. Shoot that right leg back, come into that warrior three. Good, good, good. And then slowly come all the way back out of it. Place that foot down onto the mat and then undo those legs. Yay! All right, be proud of whatever you just did. Give yourself a nice big shake. And we are done with the standing practice, believe it or not. So that went very fast. All right, so we're gonna come down to our seated practice, toes out wide, heels coming together again, just a tad bit wider than hip distance. We're gonna come into that Malasana pose or squat position. Bring those hands to prayer in front of your heart center, sitting nice and tall. And then bring that left hand down. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling, really reach, open up here. Bring those hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Right hand down, inhale, left arm up to the ceiling. And then hands to prayer in front of your heart center. Good. And then take a seat all the way down onto the mat. Bring those legs out in front of you, flex those feet. Get those feet, those legs and those feet together. We're going to do Paschimottanasana or forward fold. So I want you to inhale, both hands coming all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Grab a hold of those toes any way you can. So if that means bending your knees significantly, do that. And then folding forward, leading with your chest first. So I would prefer you to have really bent knees over a rounded spine. Good. Every exhale, go a tad bit deeper, challenge yourself, go a little bit more every time. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. And now I want you to bend that right foot over top of the left foot or left leg. Make sure that right foot is really into the ground. There's no part of that right foot up. Flex that left foot and then inhale, left arm up overhead, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, sit nice and tall, and then exhale, twisting towards the back of the room. Inhale, turn your head. The rest of the body will follow. Good. Now keep that right knee bent. Just bring that right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, both arms coming all the way up. And then exhale, fold forward over that straight leg. Folding over that straight leg. Trying to keep your shoulders nice and square here. Inhale, coming all the way back up. We will do the other side, but before we do that, I want you to go ahead and make your legs really nice and wide. Really nice and wide, sit nice and tall if you can, if that's comfortable for you. Flex those feet, inhale, both arms coming all the way up. And then exhale, walk those hands to the middle of your legs, or grab a hold of those toes and fold forward here. Again, if you feel yourself like really rounded, bend those knees a little bit and grab a hold of those toes. You will go further, I promise. Just make sure you're challenging yourself every exhale. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Bring those legs together, straight out in front of you. Good. We are going to do one more forward fold in addition to everything else. So one last forward fold. Get those legs together. Inhale, both hands coming all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Make this the best one yet. See if you can go further than you did the first time. Every exhale, challenge yourself. Go a tad bit deeper. Every exhale again. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Bend the left foot this time, left knee. Left knee over top of the right, making sure that left foot is flat into the mat. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling, right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Inhale, sit nice and tall, and then exhale, twisting towards the back of the room. Inhale, turn your head. The rest of the body will follow. Go to place that right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, both arms coming all the way up, and then exhale, fold forward, reaching over that straight leg, squaring your chest, squaring your shoulders down towards the mat. Inhale, coming all the way back up. One more big wide forward fold again. Sitting nice and tall. Inhale, both hands coming all the way up, and then exhale, walk those hands to the middle of your legs or grab a hold of those toes. Folding forward. Again, if you need to bend your knees, feel free to do that. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Bend those, both of your feet. Come into that butterfly position. Bring those feet in. Walk those feet in towards your glutes. Open up your feet like you're reading a book, sitting nice and tall. If you're already rounded, you might not be able to pull this far forward. Again, exhale, fold with your chest forward as opposed to being nice and rounded. If you're rounded, just come back up and eventually slowly work your way down. You will get there. I promise. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And then get those knees back together, straighten both legs out in front of you. And roll, start to roll vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down onto your backs. Preparing yourself for Shavasana. So palms out, palms face the ceiling, arms out wide, legs out wide. If you still feel it in your lower back, you can bend your knees and have your knees slightly bent, or you can place something underneath of your knees. And then just go ahead and close your eyes. Taking one big breath in and then let it all go. Checking in with all parts of your body, making sure you're not holding tension anywhere, especially your face and your mouth, making sure the tongue is not at the roof of your mouth. On your next breath, begin to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Bring your hands above your head and give yourself a really nice big stretch. Pull your knees into your chest and roll all the way over to your right side using your right arm as a pillow. And then using your hands, come all the way up to a seated position. It can be cross-legged on your knees, one leg over top of the other, sitting nice and tall. Bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart center and go ahead and bow your head with gratitude for this morning's practice. Namaste.